Hello BookTube, I have a poetry haul for this Poetry Thursday. Over the last few weeks I have accumulated 4 slam volumes of poetry. 2 of them were pre-orders and 2 of them are backlist titles. I will get to the backlist titles at the end. So let's start with Far District by Ishion Hutchinson. This is his first collection of poetry that has just now been published in the United States. Far District, Ishion Hutchinson's first collection, grapples with forms of visible and invisible colonial violence etched on his childhood landscape in rural Jamaica at the end of the 20th century. Each poem weighs the psychic distortion rooted in ordinary routines and praise, conjured with striking intimacy the simultaneous beauty and terror of home. A kind of sensuous spiritual autobiography rather than an act of poetic transposition, Far District is a superb grafting of childhood memories onto the realm of the imagination, a creative process that offers fresh and sustained glimpses of a world rarely seen, much less felt, beyond a narrow sociological gaze. As the PEN Joyce Osterval award judges said of its 2011 winner, Far District is a classic, which is to say a rare and exemplary first book. So over the course of this week I have been reading these poetry collections and I have yet to get to Far District, but I will be getting to it today. The other new release I pre-ordered is the paperback release of Modern Poetry by Diane. This collection was one of the finalists for this year's National Book Award in Poetry, though it sadly lost. I will be reading the blurb from Hanif Abdurraqib of The New Yorker. The many accolades that have been attached to Seuss's work testify to her technical brilliance, her sharpness of language on a line-by-line level, how she can connect several ideas and images in a single stream. Modern Poetry takes its name from the first poetry book Seuss ever read. The collection, sometimes playfully, sometimes with earnest curiosity, sometimes dismissively, tries to answer the question of poetry's utility, and does so by sweeping through multiple forms, summoning the dead. And many of the stronger poems in this collection do explore the nature of poetry. And it is quite good. I read this collection yesterday and really enjoyed it. Diane Seuss is becoming one of my favorite poets on the strength of both Modern Poetry and her earlier collection, Frank. So the next 2 books are by Anne-Marie Macari. A few weeks ago, I picked up my copy of the Autumn House Anthology of Contemporary American Poetry. And while many of the poets I read were new to me, I did go back to the selections from Anne-Marie Macari, and that drew me to her 3rd collection, She Heads into the Wilderness, which I reread, and that got me wanting to pick up Anne-Marie Macari's rest of her collection. She has so far published 5 books, and I have 2 of them, although now there's only 1 needing to be collected. So I picked up from Majors and Quinn through Alibris. Majors and Quinn is a used bookstore in Minneapolis. So I picked up her 2nd collection, Gloryland, and her most recent collection, Heaven Beneath. So read a quick blurb from Tony Hoagland, and hopefully this video will actually work, because so far I have tried to make this haul about 10 times and hasn't worked, so hopefully, yeah, it'll work. So this is Hoagland on Gloryland. Anne-Marie Macari's powerful poems make poetic speech seem an utterly natural act. She is the latest ambassador of a great lineage of strong poets whose subject is blood knowledge, sexual without needing to be seductive, spiritual without being sentimental, tough and full-bodied, I like so very much the way the poems are always in hot pursuit of the serious mysteries, kinship, sex, mortality. At once blind and deeply intelligent, pushing into the underbrush of knowing, Gloryland is a sensational collection. And it is really good. I quite enjoyed Gloryland. And I will be reading from well, there's a little bit blurb without needing to name a critic. So I will do that. Walking through the landscape of loss, the poems in Heaven Beneath explore the illness of a parent and the parallel ongoing degradation and destruction of the planet and its creatures. Beneath the paved over space, in the deep currents of a river or the shadows of great trees, there's another world. There's a heaven, unknowable and a muck, yet alive and with us. So, really enjoyed this collection. So, very happy to have Gloryland in Heaven Beneath, which I read on Monday and Tuesday. And to add to the pyramid, for our district, and modern poetry. So before I sign off, kind of a bit of a tech update. I am filming this on my tablet, which when I first started my channel was how I filmed videos. Although my tablet is kind of getting on in years, so it's kind of, this video will be uploadable. I did try to make this video several times previously and it did not work. So yeah, I have gone ahead and ordered a new computer, which will hopefully be here tomorrow. Everything going well, and the Amazon driver not getting lost or missing my apartment or whatever. So weekly reads should be done on the new computer. Hopefully. That's the plan. I do have a manga haul coming in tomorrow. So I might try to film it on here on the tablet, or I might hold off and do that one as the experimental first video on the new computer. And since this video seems to be working, I guess I can talk a little bit about some poetry plans for December and perhaps into the new year. So I'm definitely building up, I think, to another poetry haul or two. Like I've mentioned several times, LSU has its yearly 40% off sale going on right now, and I will probably be buying several volumes of poetry from them. Particularly, there's one that I've had my eye on. I also got an email from Yale. They're having a 30% holiday sale coming up, so I might pick up some poetry and a few other things as well. I think I'm getting a bug to add more classics, modern and contemporary fiction, poetry, and drama, not just poetry. And perhaps University of Chicago Press, because there's one poetry collection from them I really want. So I don't know if I'm going to wait and see if there's a sale on from them, or go ahead and buy the collection I want. And so we'll see how that goes out. Anyway, I will be reporting back with future hauls. So until I see you tomorrow with a manga haul and weekly reads, hopefully on a new device. Thank you, BookTube. Have a great afternoon and stay safe. Now let's see if I can upload this video. If you see it, it was a success. Although do let me know what you make of the look of this video, even though it is a temporary stock get measure. Anyway, signing off.